Hey guys, okay, so let's talk a little quieter because it's late and people are sleeping and blah blah blah. Anyways, I kind of wanted to make a video, um, mainly because I've gotten some hate comments, not anything really bad or whatever, but people have always told me either over the internet or in person, like, why are you fat? Why don't you try and lose weight? And so I thought maybe I would share a story with you all. I okay, let me backtrack a little bit. It has taken me a lot of courage and a lot of kind of getting over myself in a way to even make this kind of video or even to make videos at all, because for a long time I've been very insecure and very not okay with who I am, which is so stupid because honestly, if people don't like you, then that's their problem. Like, people who do love you obviously love you because of who you are. So why would you want to be fake? Like, it's taken me a long time to get to that point of where I'm at now. So, anyways, um, on to my story. I want to point out one, I've got this hat from my best friend like 4 years ago or something. And when I wore it, then I looked retarded. Like, it looked terrible. And now it looks really cute. So that's why I'm wearing it. And it has these little things at the end that are really fun, and I don't know. I just think it's cute. So yeah, okay. Let me get on to this story. So, I'm gonna start off. I'll start off from the like way beginning, which is when I was a child. But basically, um, when I was 9 years old, I went into what normal people call heart failure or cardiomyopathy or whatever you want to call it. That's what it was. So my heart was not functioning well. So my doctor was like, okay, I need you to stop working out, which at the time I wasn't really working out. I was just being 9. You know, I was in sports, I was active, I was whatever. And he was like, we need you to stop doing that. And I'm going to give you these medications that are going to help your heart, but you're going to gain weight. So I was like, okay, that's fine, you know, whatever. I wasn't a fat kid. I was, I mean, I had some chunks. I'm just built broad, but I wasn't fat. Like, if that makes sense. Um, and I was very active, and so it didn't really matter. Matter. I used to have a speech problem, so there's that. It just came in. Um, and so it wasn't a problem, I didn't think. But the more sicker I got, if that's, is that a word? I don't know. The sicker I got, the worse I was able to be active and like just basic things like walking. I was put in a wheelchair because I just physically couldn't walk. And I got like a handicap sticker and stuff, which part of it was great, but then the other part of it really sucked because I was 9 and I wanted to like I wanted to do things like play video games, but like actually play. Like they had this one game, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's kind of like Connect and Wii, and it was like you got to play them, and I couldn't even do that. So that sucked. I had to like basically just either lay in a bed or sit on the couch or sit in the car. Like I could barely even go into the grocery store. It got really bad. So that carried on until now, pretty much. And I'm 19 now, so I mean you can do the math. Um, but just over the last almost 11 years, it's been a battle of, like up and down, and it's like I mean I was taken off steroids when I was, I want to say like 14. Um, and that was middle school, and middle school is always difficult. But then if you're like the chunky kid, it's like no one wants to really talk to you, but they do because they feel bad for you. And people talked to me because I had a heart condition and they felt bad. And so I was kind of labeled as the heart kid. But honestly, that's not who I am. So, but people will finally realize that one day, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so obviously, junior high sucked. Elementary school was okay. I was in a wheelchair from like 3rd grade till 6th grade. I mean, I brought it to school and I parked it outside my classroom, and I could walk, but not far, if that made sense. So it made it very difficult. It's funny. I actually fractured my arm once from being in a wheelchair. Like, my friend accidentally rolled me into a ditch because she wasn't paying attention, and my arm like flung out and somehow like fractured it or something or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I had to wear like a cast for like 4 weeks or whatever. It was weird. Um, and the girl felt so bad. And I milked it because I was a drama queen. But obviously I'm fine now as far as fractures and broken bones. Um, I keep saying sorry. Uh, I don't know what else to say. Oh, okay. I sorry, I lost my train of thought. So middle school happened, and that sucked, and people sucked. But I mean, I didn't let it really get to me. But people did call me fat ass a lot, and they were like, "Why do you work out? Why can't you do this? I don't get it. You're fat. Why are you fat?" And it's like, honestly, if anyone's fat, don't tell them that they're fat. It's like, really, I'm fat. Thanks. I had no idea. Obviously, I knew, and it got to the point that like even clothes shopping sucked, because the trend was like skinny jeans. But honestly, fat girls should not wear skinny jeans. I'm sorry, but it's like no. So I wanted to wear sweats or like the bootcut jeans or whatever, but that wasn't in style. And the friends that I had were like, "Well, if you don't wear skinny jeans, you can't hang out with us." Which now I think back and I'm like, good, I should have stopped hanging out with you. But I didn't have any other friends, and so I stuck with them. And I went to like Torrid, and I bought, they were like straight legged or whatever. And even that wasn't good enough for those friends. So clearly, lesson learned. Don't change yourself or your personality or your clothing for friends because they all suck. Not all of them, but that group did. Um, and Torrid's expensive, like if you've ever been to Torrid, it's expensive and it's embarrassing because it's obviously the plus size store. So everyone's like, oh, you have to go to a special store because you're fat. It's like, thanks. Not only did my self-esteem suck, and not only am I feeling like crap because of my heart, but now I have to go to this store that is designated for fat people. And the thing of it is that I wasn't fat in my boobs or my butt. So Torrid didn't really work out because it's made for big butts and big boobs. So I was like, thanks, that's great. So it made shopping and all that very difficult and not very fun. So anyways, freshman year came around and I slowly ditched those friends, which was great because they were not good people. But that's when I found out that I needed a heart transplant because my human heart was dying and it was really bad. And so I was put on more medication and was pretty much like, don't do anything at all. Like, but then at the same time, they're like, well, we can't give you a transplant now because we need you to lose weight. And so I was like, okay, like, what does that mean? So they're like, well, we need you to walk at least every day. So I would walk, but I couldn't do anything. My heart was dying. So, like, I don't know. I always had to work extra hard to even lose a pound. So my weight would, like, fluctuate and whatever. And it was really frustrating. So I basically didn't lose anything. And I was made fun of a lot more in high school. And those friends that I ditched, I didn't really ditch them. I just told them that they need to either treat me with respect and be nice to me or they can go away. And they chose to go away. But those friends decided that it would be great to make fun of me all the time and to make my life terrible. So they spread rumors and they were just very cruel. And it was a problem. So by sophomore year, like the middle, I went on homeschool. And I was just done with people. I was done with the bullies. I was done feeling sick all the time. And it's like people never understood that I spent almost every day trying so hard not to throw up or trying so hard not to like want to faint or the biggest thing was trying to breathe. I couldn't breathe to save my life. And it was terrible. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And so finally I was on homeschool, or it was actually home hospital because I was too sick to actually do homeschool, which no one thinks is possible, but I could barely do schoolwork. Like, it was really bad. Um, and then I found out I could graduate online, so I graduated, got done with high school, that was great. But those people still made fun of me, and people at the stores, or if I went places, they would still point and laugh and make fun of me, be like, fat ass, or whatever, or they tell me, like, like I'm a whale and all this stuff, and I was like, I really don't need that, like, thanks. I feel already bad as it is, not just health-wise, but, like, emotionally. don't need to be called a whale or all these rude names. So by around the summer of 10th grade before 11th grade, or I think that's when it was, somewhere around there, in like 2011, I got this surgery called, it's like bariatric surgery, and I was really embarrassed by it because obviously fat people get in, and most of the time it's older people, and it was really hard to go through, and I got really sick after the surgery, where like I couldn't eat anything for like 2 months, and I'm learning now that that's just how my body responds to surgeries, because I just had a surgery 2 months ago, and this last 2 months has been terribly, like, it's been terrible. But now that it's like past 2 months, I'm finally getting better. So I think it's just how my body is. But that surgery, I got the sleeve, so it kind of just took out 80% of my stomach and really just helped me lose weight. So I was able to lose about 60-ish pounds. I don't know the exact number, but and I only did that because the doctors were like, "You need a transplant now, or you're gonna die." Like that's how serious it was. But I wasn't capable of working out or doing anything, and like I would push myself and try and walk on the treadmill for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then for the next 4 days I would be so sick, like throwing up, dizzy, headaches, where I couldn't even like function. So they were like, well, you gotta stop that. If you have payback days, you can't do that. So they gave me more medication, and it was really bad. So I got that surgery, and it helped me lose a lot of weight, and it made me, slim down a lot and helped me with like my confidence and stuff. But people still made rumors. They were still rude. They still said things that hurt so bad, and my heart didn't get any better. In fact, it actually got a lot worse. And they were like, and they finally told me, like, it's been almost 2 years, and they were like, you have to get an LVAD, or else you will die soon. Like, if you don't get an LVAD within this year, you're going to die. And being a 19-year-old and stuff, that's really scary to hear. That's really hard for someone to say that your life is over. Like, it's going to be over. And I did a lot of research on this LVAD, and it's not fun. It's not easy. And I had the impression that maybe it would make me normal. But then I got it, and I was like, oh, I'm not normal. No way. So, as I just said, I got the LVAD 2 months ago. This is what it looks like. It's a little machine here, and it's a piece of crap. I mean, the machine is great and stuff, but I just don't like it. But no one ever will understand that, just like no one will ever understand that I almost died. And actually, when I was on the operating table, I died for like a few seconds, and then had a seizure and somehow came back. So, yeah. So, I mean, to all those people that made fun of me and called me names, it's like, it's not my choice. I didn't choose to be fat. I didn't choose to do this. It doesn't matter how healthy I eat. I am never going to be able to lose the weight. Or that's how I felt. Luckily, with this LVAD, as much as I don't like it, the good thing is that it makes me feel better. Definitely not normal, but it helps my heart, so that I can walk and do stuff. So I don't do as much activity as I would like to do, but I do try and walk every day, and I'm able to lose weight. I've lost about 20-ish pounds since in the last 2 months, or no, it's been a little more than that. I don't know the exact number, but which is great. So now I only have to lose like 30 pounds, and then I can get my transplant and be normal. But I just thought that this video was needed to kind of explain things to people, and especially those who used to bully me and who still think that I'm a liar and I'm just a fatty and all this stuff. It's like, I don't choose it, and I try so hard every day not to. And when the scales tells me that I gained a pound and I barely ate, I have breakdowns, and I will cry and cry and cry, because the last thing I want is to gain weight. I mean, no one wants a fat friend. No one wants to be around the fat girl, and no one wants to date a fatty. And it's like, I don't know. It's just, my life, I guess, and I didn't choose it, but I just have to deal with it and embrace it. So I do the best I can, and I try and stay positive through it all. Um, so yeah, that pretty much sums up why I'm fat. And honestly, once I get a transplant, I'll be normal, and I'm gonna lose this weight like that. And everyone who ever said I was fat, you're gonna be very sorry that you didn't actually take the time to get to know me, because I'm pretty awesome, in case you didn't get the memo. So, anyways, that's my little story for the day. Leave a comment below if you've ever been bullied, and what you did to kind of stop it. I haven't stopped the bullying. I've just learned to ignore it, and just been like, I have two of the best friends in the entire world, and they support me on everything, and they are the greatest. And I mean, my family is amazing and supportive, but I mean, and I have friends, but even those people don't get it, so it makes it kind of difficult. But, yep, that's pretty much it. So, I love you guys, and I'll see you some other time. Alright, bye!